Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's InvArch Weekly Wednesday update. As you've all been paying attention and seeing on social media, we've come out with a lot of announcements, rolling out a lot of updates, launches, and we've had a lot going on. So, really looking forward to connecting with everyone during this update and just getting one up to speed on everything that's going on. So, first and foremost, I invite everyone to go over to invarch.network/tinkernet and check out the new Tinkernet website that is live up there for everyone to see. Yoroslav, our UX designer, has done some amazing work getting all the designs for everything, putting that together. So really proud of it. Really excited just to share that for everyone, thinking a visual, better understanding of the role of Tinkernet in the larger InvArch vision and system for things. So excited and invite everyone to go check that out. Looks really awesome. Also, more importantly, we very recently launched the Brainstorm testnet. So we've launched that just a couple days ago, and we've also gone ahead and released with that a instructional like how to get started video that was created by Gabe, as well with the video they made. There's the article. We have that all together. You can find that at invarch.medium.com to get started. In addition to this, we're going to be releasing tomorrow, maybe today, if not tomorrow, definitely some information regarding a brainstorm workshop. So we're going to go ahead and get directly with our community, probably for 1 to 2 hours, and work with everyone who's interested, kind of guide individuals through any processes, collaborate, things like that. We will have things set up so solo individuals obviously want to go test things out, go about it that way. But then we'll also set things up for those who are interested. We can get teams of individuals together so that they can work and test out some more of the collaborative features that are available on Brainstorm. So looking forward to that. That'll be a really cool activity. Just looking forward to get connected, just hanging out with the community. That'll be really awesome. So we have all of that and another really significant thing that we've been rolling out. So we've had that. We have the new website. We have the Brainstorm testnet that we've launched. We have also very recently released the information regarding the Tinkernet, the Tinker crowd loan, and it's quite different from a lot of things that from a lot of other crowd loan structures other individuals have seen in the ecosystem. So let's just take a second to jump in here and let's break down what's going on. So how this works is at the start, this number at the top here, this is the total amount of KSM that individuals have contributed towards the Tinkernet crowd loan support. With that, we would be raising, let's say in this example, say if there's 25,000 KSM that we were raising. So starting at zero, at the very initial start, before anyone has contributed, this is how the tokenomics are set up. The InvArch network's 25%. There's this inducement bonus, and it's at zero to start. There's 10% allocated for private sale. 45% is in the Tinker Chest treasury. 0% at the start go to crowd loan rewards because no one has contributed towards the crowd loan reward process. There's 5% set for ecosystem support, 3% for community sale, 2% for our ambassadors, rewarding them, and 10% as parachain incentives that in the future onboard our later module to help extend the cross-chain authentication protocol. So we'll have incentive for the communities of those parachains. Now, as more individuals over time, they contribute KSM, so as the KSM hard cap gets closer to being reached, it scales upwards, these numbers scale as well. The only one that does not scale, it stays the same the entire time, is ecosystem support, and that stays a flat 5% throughout the whole process. However, going from 0%, so 0 KSM, and all the way over towards, again, in this example, 25,000 KSM, the InvArch network, the share there goes from 25% and it scales down to 9%. At the same time, the funds that were allocated, the supply that was allocated for the private sale, scales down from 10% to 6%. So the team loses 16, private sale loses 4, and instead that 20%, that gets added to this inducement bonus, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So just notice over time, this inducement bonus gets filled from the InvArch network and from private sale allocations, which get redirected to that bonus, and it scales from 0% up to 20%. Right? Now, again, at the same time that the KSM hard cap is being reached, getting closer to its goal of 100%, the Tinker Chest treasury, so the on-chain treasury, goes from 45% and can scale all the way down to 15%. So 30% of the Tinker supply over the course of this process gets reallocated into the crowd loan reward. So as more KSM is contributed, the number of Tinker tokens that are going towards this increase at the same time. Like I said earlier, ecosystem support stays consistent through the process. And then we have our community sale, which will be our Think Big event. And that will scale down from 3 to 2%, 1% over this process getting redirected to ambassador incentives. And at the same time, the parachain incentives scaling down from 10% to 9%, and also going into the ambassador incentives. So the ambassador incentives over the scale go from 2% up to 4%. And the reason for this is incentivized thanking basically the hard work of our ambassadors and helping get through this process. Now, as success is achieved. So the real significance of all this, just know as more individuals are contributing, more funds are being allocated for rewards at scale. That's what's happening here. More rewards are getting added at scale. But this inducement bonus is what is quite notable among the whole process, among this whole thing. So remember, at the same time this inducement bonus is getting added, this isn't the same as just adding an additional, at the max, 20% to crowd loan rewards, to where it's just a total of 50% then being equally distributed. It's quite different. What we aim to achieve is so that as more individuals participate in the process, more specifically, if you participate in this crowd loan process and you support early on, what we want to avoid is, for those individuals, we want you to avoid that feeling as of you want to win a slot, but barely. You want to win a slot, but you want as few people as possible to contribute because it's taking away from your share, etc. It's an ironic feeling. Understand, but it is an ironic feeling, something that a lot of, I'd say most people, almost everyone who's contributing in the crowd loan processes understands. And that's what we seek to eliminate. And it's through this inducement bonus primarily. It's the big catalyst here. So let me move over here. So talking about this inducement bonus, it gets allocated a bit differently. So remember, the crowd loan rewards, that's all proportionate. Now the inducement bonus, it works a bit differently. So the inducement bonus is distributed based off of individuals' weight that they have earned. Right? So in this example, the amount of weight that is administered to individuals, it increases as more KSM is reached, and the earlier that you contribute KSM. So if you can contribute KSM at this time, you will get more weight in retrospect going down compared to KSM that's contributed at between the 2.5 thousand and 7.5 thousand mark. So like, what exactly does that mean? So let's say if an individual, they contribute at the beginning, right? That's guaranteed. They contribute up to the beginning, and then boom, 2,500 KSM has been achieved. That has been contributed to the crowd loan process. Once that threshold has been reached, boom, one weight is then administered to everyone who participated at that time. Now, as we reach and strive for the next threshold, 7.5 thousand KSM, once we hit that, everyone who had originally had one weight will get 2 more. So they'll have a total of 3. And then everyone who participated in this new, in just hitting this new threshold, they'll get 1. So, and we'll give more examples. So again, we hit the next threshold, so we raise, say, the community raises 15,000 KSM, so hit that threshold mark. At that point, now more weight gets released. 1 weight will be given to everyone who contributed KSM just during this process, but for the KSM during the earlier times, those individuals will get more weight. The weight is multiplied by the amount of KSM that you contributed. So obviously it scales with the amount that you contributed as well, not just the timing. So it complements both of those. In the end, what you have is a system. Let's say even if we maxed out, then we have this system where the earlier you contributed, the more weight that you end up getting. The rewards for this inducement bonus are going to be distributed amongst the community based off of the weight that they had. So the earlier you contribute, as more people contribute, I hit something in real life. As more people contribute towards this process, you gain more weight. Your share in the end of this grows and grows, because when you just have one weight, You might think, oh, well, there's no one else. It's everyone here. We have the only weight. Why should we try to add more? Because at the same time, at this point, the inducement bonus is quite small. As the inducement bonus gets larger and larger, you will gain, if you max out here, people who contributed during this time will get more earnings from that inducement bonus at this point versus just at this point, which incentivizes and encourages more people, for you to invite more people or want more people to contribute in this process. It's kind of weird. We want people, if you're excited about something, we want you want you to be able to tell your friends, to tell people, get involved, to be active and things like that, to share it with other developers who you think might be interested in the project. What we don't want is this scenario where you leave the project, but you just want to barely win the crowd win. You want to stop there, and because we want as many people as possible to feel inclined or encouraged to get involved in this process, because that's our ultimate goal. So again, we hope to achieve all these things through this. And if there's still questions, then we'll take time to go over this as well. But just now, again, as more people contribute to the process, more rewards get allocated for the community, and at scale, the earlier that you contribute in this process, the more total share you will get out of that inducement bonus as more people contribute. So it is good for more people to contribute ahead of you. The earlier you contribute, the better, but there's no bad time to contribute, because from the point you contribute forward, there is, unless you're the very, very last person to contribute, that is, there's always you're always gaining. There's always something to gain from having more people get involved. So it's first of its kind model. Excited to see how it goes. We're going to be testing out with TinkerNet, and we're really excited for all that. Moving on to what's everything next is, so we also really excited about all of this. I'm really pumped, and it means a lot to me also. So InvArch, we are excited we shared our partnership announcement with the world, with .sama, with Remark. Really excited for this. Remark is incredibly powerful technology, incredibly powerful. And it lays the foundation for, as we see, the future of composability for non-fungible assets. And bringing this foundation in and fusing it with the power of the InvArch InV4 protocol for IP assets, it's laying like this theory of everything, full picture for completely unlocked, unlimited composability for any instance that you could think of, no matter how abstract it is. And that's the core of being able to collaborate, is that you need that in the simplest, when you look at the simplest dynamic of it all, what you need is this, and this is what this partnership achieves. So we're really excited. There's a lot of great things too that we're going to be working on realizing on the tech side. Again, bringing in the Remark core that's going to essentially replace IP files. So have Remark assets be the IP files of Web3, bring that into the mix, where when we release the InV4 Git middleware, going to be able to use that with these assets as well. That'll be exciting, and we have a lot of big plans in the future, especially when we move forward with cross-chain authentication and making piracy proof, one day piracy impossible, plagiarism impossible assets, and bringing that to Remark as well. So yeah, there's actually a lot of big plans. Bruno, the founder of Remark, is a fantastic individual. A lot of drive, creativity that I greatly respect. Thinking outside of the box and just remaining pure to what matters, the mission of just building important, practical, but bleeding edge technology that pushes the Web3 mission further. So really excited, really thankful to be sharing all of this, and grateful for their support as well. So if you haven't, again, that's also on our Medium as well. Make sure you check out the article. It goes over a lot of the plans that we have immediately in store and looking towards the future. It's a great read. I wrote it, so I'm a little biased, but I think it's a good read. Definitely some good, interesting stuff. So if you care about InvArch or you care about Remark, dive in there. Actually, if you care about anything related to NFTs, intellectual property and development, any of those things, you need to catch that article. Yeah. Other than that, one final thing before I go is, so on my personal Twitter account at XEastronaut, I just put up a little poll for the community, asking them, what would their interest basically in letting the community decide more on the actual tokenomics of the Tinker token, or the Tinkernomics as I've been calling it, or to completely leave that to the team as is. We got this. So release those two options, and the community in a 79 to 21% margin voted in favor of allowing the community to have this decision. So currently, we invite you to go check out the Tinker Parachains at TinkerNet Parachain on Twitter. Go check that out. We have a poll that's up right now, and it has 4 options what to possibly change the Tinker max supply to. We have an option that is higher than the current. We have an option of 117 billion. There is an option of 11.7 million, an option that is the current right now, 117 million, so 117 million. And then there's an option of just 117 Tinker tokens. So there's those 4 options that are available. It's already gotten a lot of good activity at this time, which is really good. We want to see that. Yeah, we invite everyone. Go ahead, check that out. Make your pick. Let us know what you think. We want to get as much voices involved in that as possible. I'm just excited to see what the community ultimately decides with that. Because yeah, give more power to the people, and it's been a fun process. So looking forward to involving the community even more and finding more ways, because we see here, this gives the community influence on how things end up turning out. Their participation does as well, like their presence, their attendance will affect the outcome, and through these polls, giving them more of a more direct ability to influence, more custom ability to influence things. Let me say it that way. But yeah, we have looking ahead, a lot of stuff going on. We're going, like I said, working on the InvArch middleware, InvArch Git middleware. We have that. We're releasing more information on TinkerNet, getting more information up on the website. We're going to be doing workshops. We're finalizing announcements with some other teams. We are now in more talks with other teams regarding collaboration and partnerships. And I've said it 50,000 times before, and I want to say it 50,000 times again, but I'm really pumped for the future. I'll see you guys next week.